Cranes and Adrian Casito under the poles. It is a...
Once again, and for the final time this year, rugby action returns to the Mandela National Stadium tomorrow for a mouth-watering 2027 World Cup qualification final between African runners-up Namibia and Asian champions United Arab Emirates. As the game unfolds, African rugby fans will be praying for Namibia's victory for the continent to send 3 teams to Australia in 2027. Reigning world champion South Africa and African champion Zimbabwe have already booked their places at the summer competition. Meanwhile, the Uganda Rugby Cranes, who survived relegation from the top tier of the Rugby Africa Cup after defeating Ivory Coast last weekend, are now back to the drawing board. Assistant head coach Leonard Lubambula believes a lot did not add up in the games against Kenya and Morocco.
I think in the first game we a few tactical problems that we had into how we approach the game. You realize that we made subs that really gave Kenya a difference, which were the front row substitution that gave Kenya 2 penalty scrums, which is scored 14 unanswered games and points, which was a turning point for the game. Of course, Morocco a little bit of soaked our heads into the disappointment from the quarterfinal. The performance wasn't that ideal. Boys were mentally down, but we had to, of course, correct ourselves and at least end the tournament in a high.
Uganda's performances at the Africa Cup saw them decline their rankings from 38th to 50th. Lubambula says they will take this as a learning curve and mention some of the areas they need to touch going forward.
Us playing more games, it builds a lot of cohesion with the team. Definitely we try very much, but the few games that we played did not reflect what exactly we wanted out of the tournament. It is something that we need to look forward to. Play more games, not only the big sides, but also for us to be able, we can play Ugandan selects, we can play the neighboring countries, a few clubs that we can play against, just to keep on building the chemistry and the cohesion of the team.
He is optimistic that Uganda will be in a better position to qualify for the World Cup come 2031.
What we're going to do in the next 3 years is very important. For us in the union, depending on the goals, we need to be aligned on the same page and goals. The next 3 years will count a lot. We have a couple of boys between the age of 20 and 25. So what we'll do with them in the next 2 or 3 years matters a lot.
Lubambula also has an opinion on tomorrow's repechage between Namibia and the United Arab Emirates.
So definitely it would be ideal to see 2 African nations, inclusive of South Africa, 3 African nations at the World Cup. So it is a continental support. UAE has got lots of foreigners that are based there, but also it is good for them. We're seeing Asian countries also thrive. Asian rugby, we face the same challenges, so either way, whoever goes through.
Noah Walakira, NTV Sport.
He celebrates before touching down.